Alright, what's up, family?
What's up?
How's everybody?
Good, good. Looking
Alright.
forward for another video.
Alright, today we're going to do this book review on a book called The Round Table. I'll give you a good, clear view of this one. And it's called The Round Table. Alright, so we're going to dive into this one.
Great book. Oh
Yes.
my goodness, yes.
We're going to dive into this one, what it's about. I'm going to let my ladies, or my wife and my two daughters explain in more detail, and I'll jump in as well. But I'm just give you a quick prefix of what this book is about, and it's a great book. We tend to switch up different type of categories of books we read. And as I said, like when y'all was little, I read this many years ago, like most of the books. But I just couldn't wait till y'all get older to read a lot of books that I read. Give you a quick prefix. This book is about a police officer who is a very promiscuous, selfish, no good jerk of a guy. He abuses all the women, which is a multitude of them. He abuses all of them. He has kids by a multitude of them. He don't take care of his kids. He take people that have full of confidence and he bring them down to their lowest level. He uses his authority figure to make them feel like crap and abuses his authority theory.
To be in control. To be in control for the most part.
He has a wife, right?
Yes, but him
have
having a
family.
wife don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
He still
that's
sleeps around with a bunch of different women, have kids by him. He don't take care of his kids. He's just a no good guy. And now, he even got all these other women bickering and fighting with one another, can't stand each other. But eventually, what all these women realize they finally get together at a round table.
Yep.
And they sit down, and instead of fighting each other, because like they say, a woman scorned, boy, that's something horrible. And instead of them bickering, they finally sit down at a table and they talk.
Come together?
And they all come together with all their differences of how they all been mistreated by this one no good guy. And when they do, they come up with a plan. And the plan is,
To take him out.
we got to kill Donald.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. This guy has put all of us through hell, and we are tired. And who is all in? And you know what? Nobody was against the plan.
No.
So I'll let you
But the main one with the main idea about that was his oldest daughter. And you're wondering, well, she's not she didn't have an affair with his dad, but that's the dad that she knew that he has changed, and it put her so much, especially when he had when she had a great relationship with this one girl named Crystal, a Puerto Rican, and she took her life away, all because her dad.
That's harsh. Like,
No, all because her dad put her through all of that.
All right, everybody, you don't speak on
So
that.
honestly,
no, I was just gonna say that's
Yeah.
kind of harsh when your own daughter wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they felt like all together that, like what it says at the bottom of the book, it says when the police department looks in one direction and the family the other, where does one go to receive justice? The round table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is also crazy because he was not going to any other woman, any randomly woman. He was going forward to young girls, high school girls.
Yes, yes.
And there's a lot of cops like that.
Manipulating them. Yeah, I can.
But it's-
I tell you guys all the time. You messing with a cop? Trust me, it's a high probability. He got a family here. Oh, you best believe he got a
But in
family
whole
over
other
here.
town. But that's what he,
This
that's
what
what
they
he
do.
was doing.
That's exactly what
he
they do.
was
A lot of
doing.
these police
working
officers do that.
crazy hours
And
but
women-
really not working.
I've known multitude of women. They fall in love with the uniform because you fall in love with the ideal of what you think the ideal of what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But these women that fall in love with these officers is only a short period of time when they see who they really are, and then they're like, your life is hell, and that was Donald.
But see, his Donald, which now they call him the Jinn. That's what his oldest daughter gave him that name, Jinn, the Jinn.
Where you get Jen from?
Because a person that, if you look it up, it's like someone that takes over your soul. It's like you,
It's like
you
a
possess.
demon
yeah,
taking over a human.
yeah.
And back then, that's how a
See
lot of
that's
people
what they
believed.
say. He's like a jinn, someone to take over your soul, a character.
Yeah.
But if I had to put it in layman's terms, he just was an a-hole. He was a
I
jerk.
thought at first y'all was saying Jim. I'm like,
No,
Jim
Jinn
is
like
good.
Jinn. It's a movie on Netflix, but it's corny though. But that's what they're saying. Someone took over his soul because he's a demon.
A possessive demon.
Yeah, he's a demon. He's no good.
But his daughter was 18 years old, and he was going after 18
Yeah,
years
young girls.
young
That's
girls,
so sick.
probably even younger than that, And he has such a smooth way of talking that every young girl was falling for that.
How about, remember, even his son? Remember the part you read about his son?
Oh yeah, when he went fishing.
Oh, Marquise.
It was like 8 in the morning to 10 p.m. Yo, he had him starving the whole day, talking about he went fishing and like, they couldn't go home until he captured a fish.
Yeah, he threatened him like, "You're not going home till you catch something."
That is so sad. It's so sad.
So he wasn't able to catch a fish at the end of the day, but his father's friend, almost like considered him as an uncle, was like feeding him little nibbles of food
Uncle
and everything.
Tony.
Yeah.
They used to call
When
him.
he came home, when they finally came home, you know, he was like so like not energized and told his mom like, "Mom, you know, Dad starved me all day," and she was like, "What? He did what to my baby?"
Exactly.
So that's when she went to the supermarket, right?
She went to the fish
said-
market.
The
She
fish
said-
market.
She went
Y'all
to the
know
fish
fish
Oh,
stink
'cause he
like
didn't grab a
fish.
fish.
So she asked the guys behind the fish department to get the nastiest, almost sewered smelled fish.
Yeah, I want this fish that y'all throw out in the garbage.
And they was like, no, we can't give that. She was like, no, I really want it, but you can't eat it. We recommend, no, we're not gonna eat it or whatever. So then she puts like all the fish,
So she took the fish,
took the fish.
not to eat it. Obviously,
Yeah, not
she took
to eat
it because she's like, he starved my baby. Talking about you want to catch a fish? Oh, I'm gonna give his ass a fish.
Not just
I'm
one
gonna give
fish.
him
She
a
gave
fish.
him mad fish, mad like
Stink.
uncooked
Nice.
sewer
Yeah.
fish with
Yeah.
the juice. Imagine all that juice. And
Yeah.
that oil.
And what she do with
And
the
she
fish?
put it in the underneath the seeds
Of
inside
Donald
the-
car.
Of
Because he
Donald's
loved
car.
his car so much.
Put it all inside the seeds, the juice of the fish everywhere.
So he had to
Exactly.
get rid of that car. There was no
Yeah,
way
so
to sell
so
that
now
car.
when he came out and he got in the car, I was like, whoa, what the hell? And all he did, he looked all around the neighborhood like, who the hell did this to my car? And you trust me, you ain't getting that fish
I
smell
mean,
out your car.
you could relate only because remember when we went to go get that fish in Newark and we
Oh,
ate
yeah.
it inside your truck, your Tundra, the
Now,
big,
this was
the
fresh
big,
fish.
fancy.
Yeah, and you see how long it took me to get that smell out?
Yo,
And
you
that's
were mad for like a week and a
Yeah.
half.
I'm sure y'all all can relate. You know how when you in your car and you
Eating.
eating food in your car, whatever food you eat, it stays in your car for about a week. You
But
like,
we
oh my
had
God.
fish.
Yeah, we had fish that day.
Fish and fries.
Now imagine she got stinky fish and put it on the
Yo,
rug and on the seat.
Underneath the seats.
He had to sell that car because he was like,
Yo,
what
you
the?
were so you
No,
had
he
a
didn't
vacuum.
sell
No, he
it.
didn't
Yeah.
sell it. He had to give
Oh,
it
you
away.
had to give it away.
He
You
had to
can't.
throw it out.
Yeah.
So you can relate to
Yeah,
that
that
because
was
that
fun.
fish is a strong scent,
Mhm.
yo. That junk is.
All right, let's see what part intrigued you.
Well, I was gonna add on to what Mommy was saying earlier when you talking about Crystal.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of the whole time, when you were talking about Crystal was, I believe it was the book Married Men, right? It was Jay that was cheating on his wife, right? It was Jay. Okay, remember when he was with that college girl?
See, no,
And then
going after these young
that,
girls.
like, Donald reminded me of Jay, except for he wasn't as bad. But do you remember when Jay, he was with the college girl?
If
and
y'all
he
didn't
messed
see the
her-
video, hold on. What she's talking about, the book Married Men.
We
If you
talked
didn't,
about it on our other review. We
if
talked
you
about
didn't
that
see
book.
it, just go to our page, Spinks, and type in Spinks Married Men. We did a good review on that one too. You'll love it. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't in that review, but I did read the book.
Yeah.
But,
I think we joked. Who did it? Oh yeah, me and
I
Ashley.
did.
Me and
I
Ashley did
read
that.
that book.
But go ahead.
yeah, so basically the same thing happened. So like she was doing so well in college, and you know her father was paying for her tuition and everything, and then she wound up messing with an older guy that had a family, he had kids, and he had a
Are you
wife.
talking about, and this
and-
one, Crystal.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
no,
Jay.
about Jay.
Crystal,
Yeah,
Crystal's
other
just like the girl
Yeah.
in Married Men, and
But let's stay on this one. We did Married Men, but I know what you're saying. But
I
still,
was just saying it reminded me.
Okay.
Because they was in the same
it
place.
was.
Like,
You're right.
They were in the same place. Like the way Crystal was like, he just made her feel like nothing. That's exactly how Jay's girl felt, because then he even put her in an apartment with rats and roaches, and then
Yeah.
her father ran. It was just so terrible. So
Mhm.
that reminded me of when.
Now,
Mom did
Crystal,
that.
as you said, Crystal was a highly educated girl. Her finances was in order. She was doing. She had everything going good for her. And then she
Yeah.
hooked up with this jerk off. And when she hooked up with him, remember, she was best friends with
His daughter.
with his daughter. But
Yeah.
they didn't know that. Remember? Because then when Crystal got with Sean and they hanging out one day, she went on and on about, oh, I met this guy. You remember?
Mhm.
She's like, I met this guy. He's so wonderful. He's so wonderful. You know what? Yeah, he's been married before. He got a bunch of kids, but that's okay. I'll let you jump in. Since
Okay.
now refresh our memory.
Okay, so then she was, describing this man, how he was so great and everything. And then when she was describing like how he has kids and how he has no, she didn't say he had a wife, right? I
She
think
said he
just
was married, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so, she's just, Shonda was just supporting it because, that's her friend, and it seems like she's really, really happy, and it seems like she's in love with this guy, so, she's supporting it.
Yeah.
But it's at that point where she mentions that he's a cop, what really makes her think, like,
wait a minute.
it sounds like my dad, but I just hope it's not.
Yeah.
Then when she asked his name and he said Donald, oh my God, her heart was it just melted.
First
It
of
just
all, it didn't sink her in.
ain't right.
It didn't sink her in. But I would think that with Crystal, I would think that as soon as she realized, now you found out this is
But
my
plus,
son,
remember,
this is my
Shanta had
father.
told her so much about her father.
But then that was one
so
of the
she
reasons
should
that
have caught on.
Yeah, but she just didn't care because the guy, Donald, the Jinn, was such a smooth talker.
Yeah.
Was such a smooth talker and was able to eat everything, and eat her brains out with such a phony.
And she
attitude.
told
That's
she
just
told
it
her
too.
friend don't end the relationship as soon as she was like no.
Yeah, I would think that
Like,
Crystal
you
would
would-
have respect.
Yeah, you would think Crystal that I'm talking to you,
Yes,
your
my-
dad. You know him better than anybody.
Yes,
So you
yes.
would think like, all right, I'm gonna cut all ties with him. Like I trust you. If you're my best friend, I'm gonna trust you.
You know, sometimes
She
we need to
didn't listen to
yeah.
her, and then
then
the girl got pregnant.
She got
Oh
pregnant.
my
And then
gosh.
remember, at that point when she got pregnant, that's when she called Shanta. But Shanta was at this point like, I'm not answering her calls. I'm not dealing with
Really
her.
wanna
And that's how we
call.
are with people in life. When you keep giving somebody a headache and you don't want to listen to nothing like I said, you gotta just cut them off.
No.
And that's what she did. She cut her off. She's like, I'm not dealing with you. You went against what I said. You messed with my father. I told you he treat women like crap. He treat me like crap, and I'm his daughter. So eventually, she just wouldn't answer none of her calls, but the girl kept calling like crazy. And eventually, she answered one of the calls.
But-
And remember how that went down?
Yeah, but the reason why she actually found out, she went to see Crystal.
Because she
It
blew
took
up her phone.
No, it took her. No, not only that. The most thing was because now she started having this gut feeling.
Yeah.
My baby always tells me you have the sixth sense. And that's what happened to Shy, which is Shanta.
Mm-hmm.
She had this type of sense that something it wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
So that forced her to go to see what was going on with her.
And when she got to
And
the
when
house,
she got there,
I'll let y'all do it. Because I
No,
could be
but she-
theatrical.
no.
But I'm going to let y'all do it.
when she
All right.
got there, there was no noise, nothing. She didn't hear Crystal.
Gotcha.
She kept calling out for
They
her
kept
name in
calling
the
her
house.
name,
She
yeah.
wasn't answering.
But
But what I'm saying is that the whole time she like, I'm thinking like when you called, they're not listening. Like people upstairs not listening.
Yeah.
Like, how could you not hear somebody calling
Yeah.
your name out loud? Like
Exactly.
Shy, hello,
Exactly.
hello.
It's something ain't
'Cause
right.
If I was Shy, I would have been screaming out for help.
Something
like,
ain't right. And you going through the house, you don't hear nothing, but you still going upstairs and all.
So she
Something
went
ain't
into-
right.
yeah.
Listen to your sixth sense. You do have a sixth sense. Most of us only taught that we got 5. But think about it. Times when you do something, go down a certain street or whatever,
It ain't
you
right.
get that bad gut feeling. You know, that gut feeling is that sixth sense. It's telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, but really sad to hear and to know that when she got upstairs where she was at,
Though you said the door
She
was
was-
kind of cracked.
it was cracked. And when she opened up the door, she not only found her friend with her brains blown
Blown out.
with, and 2 pictures of some guy that it was a friend of hers, and on top of that, Shanta's picture on the one hand, but a gun in the other hand.
But her father, Donald was dead.
Then that's a crazy thing. She found her father right on
He-
the corner of the bed,
Right there.
with his hands full of blood,
Yeah.
and just being like this.
And now Shanta see all
And
this.
she's so confused, but when she saw Crystal, she started screaming.
Yeah. And then
Now
what did the no good, selfish joker Donald, what do he do?
He said he tries to set it. First of all,
He tries to
tried call
persuade her like, yo, you
No.
gotta lie to the cops. You gotta
See?
lie to the
This
cops.
how no
First
good he
called her
was.
down
Like,
there.
how you gonna tell your daughter that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Tell them when they show up that
When she,
you heard the
when
shot.
She got there,
When it's all a lie, all to cover himself. It's like you know good. Oh, I know another part that pissed you off. The part with the girl that came here illegally.
Yeah, her name
No.
was Jade. It was Jade and Rhonda. They were
He-
2 best friends, very
Yeah.
close.
I remember you got pissed
But
on that
yes,
part.
but somehow they bump into. Well, Donald somehow found them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Supposed
he
to been
helped
helping
all
them,
that,
but
and
he
the
started
young
pimping
girl-
them like a prostitute.
Yeah, you could say, but then Donald got into this relationship with one of the girls,
Mm-hmm.
which is Rhonda. Jade always wanted to be like her friend, her best friend, and she followed everything. But they all had like a family because now Donald was messing with Rhonda,
Mm-hmm.
18 years old. They came over here very young, and now Donald formed them and helped them out to become, temporary legal here.
Yeah.
But they needed their card, everything couldn't, their cards right. So then, suddenly, here goes Donald. I'm sorry, Donald. Here comes, he makes it a family with Rhonda. But then when Rhonda wasn't around, he played on Jade.
Exactly.
And Jade already felt that she wasn't pretty enough. In the book it says she was the most beautiful, darkest woman.
Mm-hmm.
Had the
Natural
nice figure and
beauty.
everything. But here comes
He,
Donald.
once again, destroyed her. Took all her confidence, made her think she was
But
ugly.
she was already feeling that she was
But
pretty.
this is what he do. He sucked the energy out of
Mm-hmm.
people.
He destroyed everybody in his family, everybody that was at that round table. So it was the fact that the mom and it was the fact that people were actually sitting there defending him, trying to find reasons why we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't all come together and take him down together. It was just showing how weak you could be when somebody could literally destroy you in your soul and hurt you so bad, and you still just want to just let them be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're right. Now back to what you were saying. Then remember, she got pregnant. And I remember the part that pissed you off more when she got pregnant, the illegal girl. Well, I think it was her.
Jane.
When she got pregnant, when she was in the hospital, she was pregnant by Donald, right? Wait, I'm getting it mixed up.
She was already pregnant by Donald. She got pregnant by Donald.
But then when she was in the hospital.
No, but before she got pregnant by Donald, one of Donald's boys, his name was Mark. He actually was trying to get in Jay's pants.
That's right.
He wanted to have sex.
It never actually happened.
But it never happened.
But now when she was pregnant, all of a sudden Donald in the hospital, she's pregnant by Donald. And then Donald, correct me if I'm wrong, then Donald tells her, oh, do me a favor. These papers, put down Mark as the father. That way I don't have to pay child support.
Yeah.
And it's that.
Just what a
He was a no good
Even
dude.
his own boys.
No good bastard, yo.
Yeah, because obviously she didn't put the name of the father of the child.
Yeah.
So Donald came and talked to her and trying to get her into that to have one of his boys, which is the guy that was actually trying to get in her pants.
Yeah.
But Donald's telling Jay, well, why are you making a big thing about it? Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Mark is already at the job spreading the word around that he had some sex with you and this and that.
See? But Donald just all about himself. And this is what happened with guys like that. When they get in an authority type of position, they will crap on any and everybody. Everybody to them is, they jealous, they whatever, this and that. And they will do anything to cover themselves, to make themselves look so great, but they will crap on everybody. Because that was his boy. You threw your boy under the bus like that to cover your own self when you the dirty. His son Marquise, his daughter Shanta, all the women. Yeah, he just do dirt to everybody. But I like that time they went to court and that judge went off on him.
Oh yeah.
That was
he was talking like if he was in the event. Like for example, when Tina was at the hair salon and there was this girl that he was messing Donald was messing around with, and she came in the salon that she never went in her life. She talking a lot of smack, talking about now I got your man, this and that.
See, had no clue. You got him all right, but you about to go through hell.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it
like
was.
an idiot.
Yeah. So like we say,
a another young girl, think that she knows it all, but
So,
she don't realize.
in conclusion to this, we're not going to tell you the ending of the book. It's up to you to read the book. But I can guarantee you will love the book. Matter of fact, I'll give you, just to play with you a little bit about the ending. There was an old commercial way back in the days with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was basically doing what we doing, but he did it in a 28-second commercial.
Right.
Everybody knows commercials about 28 seconds. So in the commercial, Shaquille O'Neal was doing like I said, like we doing, encouraging people to read. And he had said, he was there reading his book, right? He was like, yeah. And then they said, he was at the end of the book, he said, and then they said, the maid didn't do it, it was the, and there was a page missing. You remember that commercial? There was a page missing. And he was like, where's my page? Oh my God. And when he looked all around, his little dog was right there with the page in his mouth. And the dog went running. And then he was like, get back here, my book, no! Like he really.
Yeah, it's a page turner, like you want to know the ending of the book.
And that's how a really good book is, and that's how this is. If you like drama, you don't gotta go out there and get in drama personally. Get in drama in a book. find someone that you could read with like we do. I guarantee you'll have a great conversation. You'll vibe off each other. You have so much to talk about and a difference of opinions, perspective, agreements, disagreements. And look what I'm dealing with. I'm the only guy and a bunch of women. So of course they was like, oh, this and that. And then I'll be like, wait a minute, but how about, you know?
Nah, but with this, but we have to agree with you with everything because we
Yeah.
all know that he wasn't a good man.
Exactly.
So you better make sure you straighten out or we'll kick your butt.
Yeah, but go get yourself a good book. And on that note, peace. Love being me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Have a good one, folks.